1920FC, Cooper versus Treshon Wyrick. You Treshon Wyrick, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Wyrick appears before the court with attorney Mr. Rodenhouse. Ms. Konsky is here on behalf of the State of Michigan. State time scheduled for technically in this case. Any additions or corrections on the board, Ms. Konsky?
Yes, Your Honor, we have some objections or proposed changes to the offense vehicle stocks.
Okay. We'll get there here. All right, go ahead.
Judge, the attorneys have spoken. We agree that OV3 should be 25 and not 50 for the defense's caught that.
Okay.
And then OV, double check. OV6 should be scored at 25 and not 10. Per the notes in the case law, it's a second-degree murder. It's one of the 3 intents that are indicated under the 25.1 in OV6 and not 10. 10 applies to the manslaughter.
Mr. Rodenhouse, I'm assuming no objection to 3.
I don't have any objection I could make to that. Or not to
OV6.
3.
I just make sure 3. She said, so I just want to.
Yeah, so initially we just started out with a conversation, and OB3 should be scored at 25. OB6, again, it is a sentencing offense for second-degree murder, so there's no objection I could really make to that.
Okay, I agree. Should we change to 25?
And a lot of these don't change, are not going to change the bracket, the range of range. But OB9 is scored at 0, and OB9 is how many people were put at risk of death or great bodily harm. It's people's position of, I mean, it could be more than 10, but between 2 and 10. Certainly, there were witnesses in the case, multiple motorists who made statements and stopped and testified to freedom that they were driving right behind or right near the shooter or the victim at the time and could have easily been shot. So we believe then that the victim number could be easily 2 to 10, and it would be 9, so it should be 10 points.
Again, Your Honor, I'm not really in a position to make an objection to that scoring.
Yeah, I agree with Ms. Konsky's rationale. The motorists on the roadway get knocked by the bullets. Certainly that car, instead of going this way in the ditch, could have gone this way in front of another car. So we certainly were placed in 2 to 9 victims were certainly placed in injury or loss of life.
And then the last one, Judge, I have is OB12, the contemporaneous felonious acts, which means any other crimes that occurred within a 24-hour period, but that do not result in conviction. We certainly did dismiss the gang charge that was part and parcel to these charges, which would make it 5 points. We were moving to add a CCW, which would have made it 2 contemporaneous acts, but either way, Judge, it certainly should be at least 5.
I don't believe that they're separate. That was all under the theory of the murder, and so I believe that that should remain at 0.
What? Okay. Well, it's a criminal act. So the gang, so you're saying because it's a gang membership?
Yeah, because it's not a crime to be in a gang. It's a crime to be doing something criminal in furtherance of the gang activity. And so you can't just say, well, just because you're in a gang, we're going to add 10 points, because being in a gang is not a crime. And so the reason the gang would have attached at trial is because the theory of the prosecution's case is that the homicide was done for gang retaliation purposes.
Well, I think, okay, so I think it's the argument's almost similar to felony firearm in a way. It's that we can't have a felony firearm without the underlying felony, right? But I mean, I don't know what the gang, I mean, felony firearm is a separate conviction and can have a separate conviction even if the person's not convicted of the underlying felony. And I think in this case, the jury could have convicted him of a gang membership even if they found him not guilty of the underlying felony, I believe.
I think you're right, Judge. In addition, it's not like he dropped the murder. He's still convicted of a murder second, which means the gang charge could have attached. So it's not like that, we dismissed the first degree and there goes the gang charge with it. The gang charge is still an independent charge, and if he's convicted of murder second, which he's pled to, then that's another charge that we've dismissed. We specifically had to put in the record, it's part of the offer, we dismissed that charge. So, I mean, under the pretty straightforward requirement that it be a crime that happened within 24 hours, and if you one that's not result in a conviction, the gang charge applies, which would mean 5 points.
Okay, well, Mr. Rodenhouse.
Nothing further on that.
Well, based on my understanding of the law, in that the gang-related felony could stand as its own separate conviction and its own separate count, and the jury could essentially find guilt on one and not the other. It stands as its own separate felonious criminal act, even though it's got the element to have to commit another felony. So I understand the argument, because the legislature said it's a separate felony, is independent on its own, separate from another crime, and they could simply just charge committing a murder or committing some crime in furtherance of the gang. Based on that rationale, the court would score that at 5. Okay, and that would, of course, be a crime. Is crime against a person a gang-related offense? This isn't 5 for...
It's 5 no matter.
Well, no, 1 is any felony. 5 is crime against a person.
Oh, I see.
So that's, I just want to make sure 5 is the correct score, not 1.
Membership felony is public order, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah, I did have a CCW also. It says, or two contemporaneous bonus acts involving other crimes.
Oh, and RCC.
And there was a motion to add that, Judge, if we went to trial.
Mr. Rodenhouse on that, if we're scoring the CCW as opposed to...
No further argument on that.
So that would score, based on the CCW, and of course, having...
And just for clarity of the record, you're scoring that for the 2 charges, not against a person, but against the public order and public safety.
That's correct.
Okay, and so then, and again, the 1 public order is the gang activity.
That's correct.
Okay, just so the record's clear.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, so, yes, that's correct. Again, I understand. All right, so 5, because there's 2 CCW gang-related public order, not only 1 against the person, neither are. All right.
Correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Rodenhouse. All right.
I think that puts us at 120.
No, we're just making sure the guidelines are still right.
We did get rid of the 25 on that OB3,
Yeah,
but
that's
then we
right.
added it back in under 6, Judge. Oh, no, but that's 15.
I thought it was 125.
You don't want me to do math in my head now. I lost all ability in law school.
To get all the movies together, which score, unless I have some.
What do you have, Judge?
Hold on, I double marked something here. We're not doing scoring anything. So the only thing changes were OB3, OB6, OB9, and OB12.
Correct.
Sorry, so I had that wrong. Yeah, 110. 110.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
I think that puts us in the same OB level, doesn't it?
It does. Anything over 100, Judge.
All right. Any other additions or corrections?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Rodenhouse, any additions or corrections you have?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Wyrick, any additions or corrections that you have, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Do we have a victim's representative who wishes to address the court, Ms. Counsel?
I believe the victim's father would like to address the court.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, sir, I know we've done this before. I've asked you this question twice previously. Can you please state your name for the record?
John Crowder.
All right, go ahead, Mr.
First off, I'd like to say, offering to the lost power to us. And I'd like to gratefully thank the judicial system for doing his job, for doing their job, and not just pushing aside the gang-related activity. Because so many times that happens. But my main purpose is to address Mr. Wyrick. Y'all play the games together, football together. Y'all sports activity. And the concept of disregarding the childhood to a murder for new affiliation. But the question you had to ask yourself is, will a new affiliation sustain me throughout my journey that I'm about to face? I don't know your position in so-called gang or whatever, what they was a leader or whatnot, what was the head. But I assure you, that same support when they picked you up a year ago has dwindled today. The fact that your family has got a great attorney for you. But the fact that your family suffers trying to help you, what about those friends? See, what I've come to learn in life, friends will let you down, family let you down, jobs will let you down. You're only being consistent on who you are as a person makes you right. But you have to ask yourself, what's inside of me that makes me want to actually take someone's life? It is not worth that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, revenge is guaranteed for the parent, the son, or the brother. But if you wait for him, he's the just judge. And we see that. But the time that you have to face is changing yourself. I don't know if you got kids.